I expect it to be very barbaric, though. What is going on? Quiet Ship and Shiver Shank. Is there...
Can't do that.
Oh, is there a fight going on here? What's going on? It proves everything. The warrior slams her fist together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to leave that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held ready. Did you not hear news of the edict? That is the foolish distraction. We ought to save we ought to save our fight for the enemy. The chorus warriors looked to his gang, giving them a quick nod. He's right. The edict will kill us all. Ascension Hall is not taken soon. Well, until the fifth eye starts muttering the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to her gang from across her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. What's the problem here? No problem here, Madam Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems to think he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he's used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out. Because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily. But I'll have your hands and feet removed, and the rest of you kept for my own use. Okay. This is foolish. Stop this at once. Excuse me? Her eyes widen in shock. This is our way, Fatebinder, and you have no right to stop us. We are not harming anyone outside the chorus. I don't know who you are, but I don't need your help. He looks back at his gang. I think we can handle ourselves just fine. What? Bickering amongst yourself costs us the war effort as a whole. It does affect others outside the chorus. Oh, wow. Gain favor with Tunon. The gang leader spins her knife for a moment, and as if her answer balances on its edge. Fine. With her answer, she flicks her knife to the ground and walks away. A spiteful glare cast in you direction. Go away, I have nothing to say to you.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you're still alive. You could have been dead, honestly. These are coarse grounds. State your business or get lost. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point in this chorus territory, you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I'm always in the right place. I'm Krendis, Fatebinder of Tunon, and I'm here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be her. Her lips crumple into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? And more importantly, what's this hulking ton of iron doing here? The guard gestures at Barrack with a sneer. He's an allied warrior and my guard. You don't want to make an issue of this. Yeah. Fine, just come on in. I'm sure the Fury will gut you if you're really a problem. The guard half-heartedly waves you as she nods the verse. Okay. The guard watches you coldly. Oh, what's going on here? Death Knell. You. As much as an accusation as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're Tunan's Fatebinder. I was expecting someone more impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death Knell. Death Knell. Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words in law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All our horde recruits seem good for of late is piling the shit-reeking mound on the battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keeps up, and we'll have to top our recruitment standards. Again. Now, what do you need? You said something about the horde thinning? Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been in the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. She offers one shoulder shrug, ambivalent if anything. But more likely just in caring. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance to yet live, to be reborn into something better. Putting anything in every able-bodied sword like this favored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. It merely requires the proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Benjamin Guard, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn. So I've a better plan hatched. And what might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit new settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with the Oathbreakers. Flushing ourselves to the gills with Oathbreakers, claimed from the battlefield. How exactly do you plan to convince them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. So what do you say, Fatebinder? Well, Bitbinder. You might be able to ease them into the idea, and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. If it means expedient, well, sure, why not? Sounds like a bit of fun. Remote settlement. The Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. She grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. What were you expecting? Let's see. Death Knell counts on her fingers, conducting some mental tally. From your deeds during the conquest to how you helped us since then. She shrugs. I suppose I didn't expect much. And you've done nothing to challenge it. By Scarlet Chorus standards, you're no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder on setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. How has military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit where I want, I kill who I want. I sometimes even combine pleasures. Pleasures, rather. She winks at you. My enthusiasm for the work brought me here. A decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, eh? But I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not above taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you. Just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. What is your role in the Scarlet Chorus? Death Knell frowns, her eyes narrowing. Do you not recognize the Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the spirit warrior spirit of the chorus, scholars of both of sword and shiv. She folds her arms, puffing out her chest. In peace, we train those tough enough to endure our lessons, but wise enough to learn from battle. In battle, it is our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. Death Knell clicks her tongue, looks at you, looking aside from the others in the camp with an eye roll. We are the fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious rabble. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voice of Nerat's glory made manifest. In the chorus, strength rises, and the weak feed the soil. Death Knell smiles, standing tall as she extols the army. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist solely. But our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those who fit to claim it. We abandon all those petty rules for one simple law: the strongest must lead. Okay, see ya. Fatebinder. Nothing. Time to open stuff. Shattered Veil, really? Okay.
Found something.
Oh.
Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
Where? Oh, sweet. I love these secret items. Cloth container, rot spear. Enraged affliction for 120 seconds. Interesting. Wait. Are you the emissary? Because I'm like, what's a disfavored doing here? Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon. The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm greeting. We're a betting superstitious man. I'd say fortune must favor me today. I'm not. But I am pleased to meet you all the same. Now what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as... He spreads his thickly gloved hands wide. This here mud and shit stinking chorus camp. Whatever. Anything to report? He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast, but no, the screamers seem mostly in order, ma'am, and I haven't been spying. If that's what you have been implying, ma'am. Still as a post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Of course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loot me. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loot me in enough for me to do my detail. And it's not for the lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from the Iron Marshal Enrios for reinforcements if need be. But they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight besides the brethren. I could request. Why are you stationed with the chorus? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to row with the Blood Chanters and Scarlet Furies. But my post is to represent the disfavored's interest before the Fifth Eye and the Scarlet Choruses before Iron Marshal Enrios. Not that I've gotten to do either, in so much as the last span. What do you think of the Scarlet Chorus? They're rabid dogs, a lot of them. Ever seen a screamer racing headlong into battle like a hound chasing a window here? I have. And I can tell you more often than not, it's the screamer who ends up gutted and skinned and gutted. Leave the campaign to chaos, that's the chorus, and we're doomed. Have they been cooperative? No one tells me anything. They all lack honor and discipline. Don't think they could cooperate even if that's what they actually wanted. He grunts. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering they serve the Archon of Secrets. A keen observation. I'm glad we see eye to eye, ma'am. It's nice speaking with someone who doesn't try to frustrate the piss out of you every 4 words. It's like they don't even care. I'm the closest thing to a friend in the disfavor that they've got. You act like it's punishment to be assigned to this detail. Isn't it? I know I fucked up to get here. Got 3 days in this hole and a nice little promotion to go with my new post. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. He adjusts his chin toward the distant valley. I should be out there, fighting for Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run a report on should something ever finally fucking happen. How exactly did you end up here? Made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Chorus. Well, here I am, a liaisons officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess she showed me. Yeah, farewell. Good luck with that. Cerberus. Okay, Varia Kell. Wait, who am I? What? The 5th eye must also... Oh, you're a prisoner. Okay, I see. Are you all prisoners? Well, okay, the 5th eye must authorize all prisoner visits. So, there's a bunch of bodies around. Shocking, huh? And pigs. The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this tent. One clearly not used for rest. Wow. What's going on here? Nothing? Sleeping? Okay.
Can't do that.
Well, this is a wonderful place. Hey, Quiet Shiv. Nope. Still doesn't like me.
Can't do that.
So,
Not happening.
Wow, that's a really high subterfuge chest. Or box, or whatever it is. Whew, okay. Exploring. Rez and Bag are probably the same as Lucia and Marcus, except for the Scarlet Chorus instead. Well, look who we have here, chewing on some manner of cud. A heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows herself. I'm wrecked. The second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The 5th eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe, to make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints cracking as she smiles. Ray clears his throat loudly, scowling at Baz. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who will give you answers or even a smile. So, anything we can do for you? Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a sellsword back at the beck and call of fat merchants, just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized I was only killing time. Then Kyra showed me a better way. Unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join them yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Okay, well, I'll consider that in a moment. Bragg scratches the back of his head at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm, and then the chorus came, and well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear the screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the coaling. Wow. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my ma and dad to bits just so I could survive. Reg's eyes shadowed for a moment with sorrow, take on a feverish gleam. The fifth eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing. If my ma and dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. Wow. So you can teach me fire magic, correct? We'll make this valley burn. Okay, now he's crazy. Okay, no he can't. What? Baz and Reg trade conversation, hectic whispers. Do you feel strange? Yeah. Reg rubs his shoulder nervously. Ever since Fatebinder spoke the Kyrus' edict, I felt like bugs were crawling under my skin. They noticed your approach with mixed expressions. Oh, didn't see you there, Fatebinder. So, anything we'd do for you? Tell me about your time in the Scarlet Chorus. Reg and I were conscript at the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Okon, me for Azure. Bash chuckles, sketching her chin in thought. How many fights did we survive so far? 11? Reg begins to count in series across his fingers. No, 14. I count each day in Sunder separately. The chorus is... Bass looks about about the camp and shrugs. Not as bad as it smells. The strong like me and Reg, we're allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strengths afford us. As it should be. What can you tell me about the fifth eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance with Baz and lowers his voice to a whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the voice of Nerat. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little... wild, bloodthirsty, mad. Baz thinks for a moment. Brilliant. Reg flinches and glances over his shoulder. I was going to say eccentric. The chorus isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can expect to find some unusual types, most as likely to kill you as promote you. What do you know about Venturing's Well? The walls seem imposing, but Venturing Guard do a better job hiding its weaknesses than fixing them, she shrugs. We took the Citadel once before, we could take it again. We have to, don't we? Reg looks up at the imposing tower of the spire. Though Kairos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. She follows the gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, just superstition. Are you afraid of the spire? Sorry, Fatebinder. I shouldn't have said anything. He sighs. The fact of the matter is we were told to stay away from the spires and old wells ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine the soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it. Reg frowns. The Bane lurk around in those old sites and kill anything that they catch awares. I've no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters at my back. She twists her lips into a frown and considers this. As she considers this, me neither, I suppose. Farewell. We're not going to rest because we don't need it. Oh, it's the fifth eye. Nothing to say? Okay.